Good day, everyone. So today, we're going to talk about Chapter 17, Annelid and Allied Taxa. Phylum Annelida is a large cosmopolitan group containing marine polychaetes, earthworms, and freshwater oligochaetes and leeches. They belong to a subgroup called Lophotrochozoa. The most important structural innovation underlying diversification of this group is metamerism, or also called as segmentation. It is the process of division of the body into a series of similar segments, each of which contains a repeated arrangement of many organs and systems. Phylum Annelida is a diverse phylum, numbering approximately 15,000 species, the most familiar of which are earthworms and freshwater worms. They are sometimes called as bristleworms, because with the exception of leeches, most annelids bear tiny chitinous bristles called setae. The coelom also is highly developed in annelids, and this together with a septal arrangement of fluid-filled compartments and a well-developed body wall musculature is an effective hydrostatic skeleton for precise burrowing and swimming movements. The annelid body typically has a two-part head composed of a prostomium and a peristomium, followed by a segmented body and a terminal portion called the pygidium bearing an anus. So as seen in the picture, we have our parapodia, pygidium, and anus. Polychaete is a term used to denote any of 80 morphologically distinct families of worms. It has two main groups of annelids, the Erantia, or free-living, and Sedentaria, or sedentary, but it was later rejected. Erantia and Sedentaria together form the new group Pleistoannelida. There are a few polychaetes placed outside Pleistoannelida. So here is a picture of our Pleistoannelida. Let's proceed to the first group, which is Erantia. They are mostly marine, and while most are 5 to 10 centimeters long, some are less than 1 millimeters, and others may be as long as 3 meters. They are found in colors of reds and greens, and some are iridescent or dull. Many polychaetes live under rocks, in coral crevices, or in abandoned shells. Polychaetes have a well-differentiated head with specialized sense organs, paired appendages called parapodia. For its form and function, polychaete typically has a prostomium, which may or may not be retractile and which often bears eyes, tentacles, and sensory palps. The peristomium surrounds the mouth and may bear setae, palps, or in predatory forms, chitinous jaws. For its nutrition, errant polychaetes are usually predators and scavengers, and polychaetes show considerable diversity in both circulatory and respiratory structures. Parapodia and gills serve for gaseous exchange in various species. However, in some polychaetes, there are no special organs for respiration, and gaseous exchange occurs across the body surface. Polychaetes have no permanent sex organs, and they usually have separate sexes. For the representative members of Erantia, we have clamworms, scaleworms, and fireworms. Now, let's proceed to Sedentaria. They contain many polychaetes and oligochaetes that lives in tubes or burrows, including members of the former phyla Pogonophora and Echiora. It also includes members of Claytelata. The body plan of sedentary polychaetes is much like that of errant polychaetes, except that the head is often modified by the addition of tentacles, which is used for capturing food. So we have also representative members of Sedentaria as shown in the picture. So to proceed, we have the family Siboglinidae or Pogonophorans. They're also called as beardworms because of their 1 to 260 long tentacles. Most Siboglinids live in mud on the ocean floor at depths of 100 to 10,000 meters. This location accounts for their delayed discovery, for they are obtained only by dredging. They are sessile animals that secrete very long chitinous tubes in which they live, and probably only extend the anterior end of their body for absorbing nutrients. They are also noted for their remarkability in having no mouth or digestive tract, making their mode of nutrition a puzzling matter. They absorb some nutrients dissolved in seawater, such as glucose, amino acids, and fatty acids, though the pinnules and microvillars of their tentacles. We also have Echiuridae, and they consist of about 140 species of marine worms that burrow into mud or sand, and they live in empty snails, snail shells or sand dollars nests, or occupy rocky crevices. They are cylindrical and somewhat sausage-shaped as shown in the picture. We also have clade Clitellata. They contain earthworms and their relatives as well as leeches in class Hirudinida. Most members of this clade show or share a unique reproductive structure called a clitellum. It is a ring of secretory cells in the epidermis that appears on the worm's exterior as a fat band around the body about 1/3 of the body length from the anterior end. They also lack parapodia, and all are hermaphroditic animals that exhibit direct development. Its young develop inside a cocoon. Oligochaetes. They are mostly terrestrial or freshwater forms, but some are parasitic and few live in marine or brackish water. For its form and function, the main features of an oligochaete body are described with reference to the familiar earthworm. For its nutrition, most oligochaetes are scavengers. Annelids have a double transport system, coelomic fluid and closed circulatory system. Now to proceed with the class Hirudinida or leeches, they are divided into 3 orders: Hirudinia, the true leeches, and 2 others that merit mention here because their members are morphological intermediates between oligochaetes and true leeches. True leeches have 34 segments, and they entirely lack setae and possess anterior and posterior suckers. They occur predominantly in freshwater habitats, but a few are marine and some have even adapted to terrestrial life. So, as seen on the picture, we have the world's largest leech, so it is found by Dr. Roy K. Sawyer. So, these leeches are more highly specialized than oligochaetes. They have lost the setae used by oligochaetes in locomotion and have developed suckers for attachment while sucking blood. Their gut is specialized for storage of large quantities of blood. To proceed, we also have the phylum Spincula. They consist of about 250 species of benthic marine worms, living at depths ranging from the intertidal to over 5,000 meters. They have no segmentation or setae, and are easily recognized by our slender retractile introvert or proboscis, which is continually and rapidly being run in and out of the anterior end. For the phylogeny, annelids and mollusks share many developmental features, so they were presumed by many biologists to be very closely related, perhaps sister taxa. They also share developmental features and are likely to be retained as ancestral features for Lophotrochozoan protostomes. And molecular evidence suggests that annelids and mollusks are more closely related to each other in Lophotrochozoa than either phylum is to arthropods in Ecdysozoa. Sipunculans are allied to annelids, but do share certain features with mollusks. So that would be all, and thank you very much for watching.